Hey guys, welcome to Clockwork and Noodles for the last ever breakdown of the Case Study of Vanitas. This is Core 2, Episode 12. This is it. I don't think we're going to get another equal. From what you guys have told me, it's unlikely to happen. At least we are in a good place. I was really worried that it would end in a bad place or end in a very bad cliffhanger. I think they've picked the best place to end it. I feel good. Before we get going, make sure you guys are subscribed. The end of season review is already up. It's a little bit long. I apologise for that. From next season onwards, I'm going to change a few things on the channel. I'm going to do a top 3 of the season, and then I'm going to do a separate video for the new seasons coming up. So 2 different videos going out at the end of the season. A lot more work, but I think it needs it because I've just got so much I want to say, and I really can't wait to eventually be able to do things like podcasts with you guys, be able to do live streams where we get to just chat about anime. That is my all-time goal. So if you want to help me see that goal through, just make sure that you are subscribing and continue being as supportive as you guys are, because you guys are awesome. All the awesome people that are watching my channel, my little tiny itty bitty channel. There's a Discord channel too if you want the notification to your phone. That pings your phone whenever any videos go up. I am going to be planning some reforms on there. Bear with me. I know it's kind of gone dead, but I am planning things. I've got a lot of long-term goals I want to achieve, and I'm really hoping that we can get there. At least try and hit the 1K target by the end of the year. Let's just get to it. Let's break down the final episode. I called it. I 100% called it. Vanitas did not stab Noe. He didn't stab the floor like I suggested he did. He was literally wrestling with his own self, trying to stop himself from plunging the dagger into his neck. And I think with the first half of this episode, a lot of it's all about the idea of regaining control over yourself, facing your true self. We've got that with both Domi and we've got it with Vanitas. We are given a bit of information about the way Mikhail has used the book this week over Domi. So it's not a I'm cursing your name like the charlatan does, but it's very similar. It does feel like it's got very similar powers because it targets the weak points. It targets your guilt, which is very similar to what the charlatan did. The charlatan also broke apart somebody's weaknesses and found the bit that they were most guilty or most sad about, and it pulled him apart. There's a similarity here with the powers of the charlatan and the power of the Blue Moon Vampire book. Upon learning that Domi has not had her name cursed, Domi regains colour very nicely, which is in theme with the first half of the episode of regaining control. Domi is able to regain control of herself and face part of herself that she's avoiding. Got her brother out there, and we've also got the younger version of Domi crying in the corner, and Domi is trying to console a part of herself that she avoided, maybe even forget about. It's nice because she has to confront her own self. If you can face everything head on and you can truly accept things that have happened, you have more control over yourself as a person. You're able to turn the page, which I think we see happen here. Mikhail is the only person this week we see who actually has no control. He ends up losing control completely. We see him spiraling into everybody must die mode, and that's when we see the book triggered and we see the negative side of what happens when you use the book too much. Already aware that both Vanitas and Mikhail were going to become something less human the more that they used it. That was a given. They were told that they were no longer human. The idea that they were always going to die was there. It was an inevitable thing. I do also want to say kudos for not making either Noe or Vanitas suddenly get that spur of power to go back into another fight that a lot of anime shows do. At this point, they are both tired. I love the fact that Noe protects Vanitas by pulling him in from the falling wheel. I actually like the fact that it's Domi who ends up coming in to protect Noe this time, because it feels like we needed a big character arc development, and it's a really nice one because we get to see Domi's powers, and it's nice to see that as well. Domi and Veronica both use ice. They both got the ability to use ice, which is quite cool. And the way that Domi uses her powers is really flashy. It's really nice seeing the rain of icicles, and we're seeing her jumping on the snowflakes, which is quite cool. It's just a very nice moment of Domi finally turning a page on her past, and that's just really healthy. It's a very healthy development for Domi, and I'm so happy she's able to put that past behind her, face forward, because now is more important. She realises that if she continues to be the way she is, Noe is just going to worry, and that's going to hurt Noe. We finally get the answer to who saved Mikhail and set this battle up. I'm so infuriated that I didn't call this because I completely forgot the teacher existed. Up until this point, you guys know me if you watched any of my breakdowns, I have been mega sus of the teacher. I've been 100% like, I don't trust him. We never see his face. He's always hiding in shadows. And if you can't see someone's face, generally they're doing that for a reason, because they plan to reveal something a bit later on. And that's exactly what happens here, because we finally get the face reveal. And he's got heterochromia. Love the addition to the heterochromia, the blue eye and the purple eye, which is a bit of a mix between both Noe and Vanitas, because Vanitas has got blue eyes. Noe has the purple eyes. I like that, but I don't know if that's supposed to be because of something. I feel like the eyes, to people who know, are because they know. To me, it just looks like he's got really cool eyes. The voice actor really made me think it was Nakamura. It's not. It is Akira Ishida. Your voice is soothing. It is silky. Another voice actor with silky voice, but that hint of evilness to it. All along, this guy has been pulling strings, and I called it, but I just can't figure out what he's up to. So he lied to Mikhail and told Mikhail that he could bring back the Blue Moon Vampire because he wanted to see this fight. He also is said that he's going to meet up with Vanitas at some point. The real name is given for the character finally, and it is Saint Germain. I have a confession that I play Ikemen Vampire. It's an otome game, and he's in that, and he's also blonde, and I have dated Saint Germain, so this is a little bit awkward for me, but go, let's roll with it. I like it. At the halfway point, we finally get the OP starting to play. We finally have a big twist. We're now entering the end. At this point, I didn't think we'd get any more big twists, but we do still have Mikhail to make an appearance, which I wasn't expecting. It's nice because the rain has finally come. We have now entered a new season. The snow has melted. We're entering spring. It's a really nice ending. They're trying to nicely package it up together so they can put it away until they maybe one day touch it again. Vanitas and Noe having their talk on the roof is a really nice place. That's where they generally go to talk, and we've seen that many occasions of them going to the roof to oversee everything. And I like the way that it's done because you've got the silhouette, the backlighting going on. It's quiet. All you can really hear at some points is the rain hitting the roof. Really beautiful. And we also get this really gorgeous bit of Vanitas art. It's just a quiet moment. It's the quiet moment we need after that intense reveal we had, because Noe has just been betrayed by his tutor. Domi has been betrayed by her grandfather. We are told that Domi and Jean are having a conversation when Noe does awake. We don't know what they're talking about, but I have a feeling it's got to be something to do with the grandfather. Maybe even Domi trying to apologise to Jean for being jealous of her. I suspect that's something that she would want to get off her chest. And it really does convey the solemn mood. It feels happy, but it also feels a little bit down. But it also feels hopeful. It feels cheery. It feels like there's going to be a light because we do actually end on the sun coming out as well. The nice use of silence to just the rain. Very nice, long, awkward use of silence. I love it because how would you approach somebody who you've just gotten into quite a brutal fight with? It's nice you see Noe awkwardly trying to. You're clearly in pain. I'm sorry, my bad for asking. I hope you're okay. I might go. Am I bothering you? Should I go? I like that. That feels like a realistic thing for A, Noe to say, and B, for anybody to really say. It's I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked if you're in pain or if you're injured, because of course you are. I wanted to check if you're okay. I'm going to go now because I feel like I might be annoying you. That's me all over. Really do vibe with Noe at times. I wasn't expecting Mikhail to make an appearance. I am surprised he's alive. I'm surprised the tutor allowed him out, which is why I'm so suspicious of him, because what are you up to? If you wanted Mikhail dead, he'd be dead by this point. Do you see him as more valuable of being alive? Because now it seems like Mikhail isn't working for you, because when it asked what's Saint Germain up to, he says, I don't know, I don't care. Phil might be the truth. I do get the feeling he doesn't actually know anything that's going on. Mikhail does the one thing that last week I opened with, the one thing that really bothered me. The whole fight last week could have been negated just by talking, and he does. He does actually come out and ask the question, and he gets a response. It might not be the response that he wants, but he gets the response. Carl doesn't actually remember the day when Luna died, which is making me go, how did you know that Vanitas was the killer? Mikhail approached Noe. He was like, well, I want to find out why he killed Luna. So you found out from somebody that Luna died at Vanitas' hands, despite the fact that you didn't know. That Luna had their name stolen. The Blue Moon Vampire, even after being cursed, Luna also succumbed to turning into a monster, succumbed to becoming a target of the charlatan. The charlatan is greater than Luna. For some reason last week I did state that I felt the two might be interlinked. They were going to do a Pandora Hearts thing, and maybe the charlatan and Luna were brothers or sisters or siblings or related by blood or something. But then, I mean, they could still be, but I have a feeling that's not the case. So Vanitas had to kill Luna out of love, out of protection. I got that. I really did get the fact that Vanitas is just kind, a very loving character. And what we've seen Vanitas do the most is protect people. Despite the fact it's not what he wants to do. He didn't want to join the Blue Moon clan. He did it to use the powers to protect his family and his makeshift little family, the little unit of the three of them living happily in the woods together until one day the name is stolen and it all goes horrifically wrong, did warm up to Luna in the end. So who stole Luna's name? It's either going to be the teacher or the charlatan. I have a feeling it might be the teacher, but maybe the teacher's working for the charlatan like Ruffian is. We then get the foreshadow of the Vanitas death once again. Vanitas chooses to let Noé end his life. If he's going to die, which is inevitable that he is going to die, he's eventually going to turn into a monster for using the book, and he uses the book to save people, so saving people is going to kill him, which I think is ironic because that's all we've seen Vanitas do, is always sacrificing himself for others. He sacrificed himself to protect Mikhail, sacrifices himself to kill Luna. So Noé gets chosen over Mikhail, and poor Mikhail doesn't understand anything and starts crying again, and then leaves, which seems like a very interesting choice. Even Vanitas is like, is it wise to let him leave? But we do get a nice happy moment with Mikhail before leaving, that Mikhail actually saves Domi. I'm guessing Domi was under house arrest or something for presuming she had killed some vampires, but Mikhail does state she didn't kill anybody, and I like nice people, that's why I'm going to try and help her. In a way, Mikhail has got some good in him. It's just with the way that Mikhail has grown up, it's just impossible for them to really be in control of his emotions. Vanitas apologising at the end in a very roundabout way is a very Vanitas thing to do, but it's a very nice ending, and it's a very nice moment to see both of them smiling again and offering a hand to one another, and knowing that the next step on the journey is to go find Saint Germain and try and work out what happened. Together, they're going to continue their journey. I see Dante at the end, so that made me very, very happy. The sun comes out because we're now ending on a happy note. We've had a happy resolution to this arc. This arc was very dark compared to the last arc. I also liked how we seem to be centering around seasons. Started in summer, we went to winter, now we're in spring. I do wonder if the whole story wraps up in the next summer, because it will be a year after it all happened. The sun will come out and it will be the end of everything, maybe. In true tradition, I now will give you my final thoughts, give you my final score I gave the anime on Mal, and wrap up the Vanitas franchise on the channel. I gave Vanitas a 8 out of 10. I'm pretty happy giving it an 8 out of 10. I think the lore, the story, the characters, the artwork is all its strong points. I do enjoy Vanitas. Vanitas, a very fascinating character. I've said that a few times. Everything about Vanitas, from going from a character who I didn't really care about too much to you barely even giving me details about him, to take Vanitas as he is, make an opinion on Vanitas by watching him and letting his actions speak louder than actual words. Obviously, I love Ruffian, but he's my ex now. So now I love Dante. So I'm in it for Dante. Very happy. I love Dante. It's just a very interesting story. There's a lot of cool characters, a lot of nice characters, and I like the art style for this one. I do like vampires. Sad that it's now over, because I do think you guys are right. I don't think we're going to ever see another season. But I do think we've ended in a very good place. I am happy with how it's ended. Kind of glad that we don't have to go all the way up to seeing Vanitas die by Noé's hand, because that's just going to make me cry. I think it's good. I know it's foretold, it's an inevitable thing, but I'm happy not seeing him die. But it's a fantastic story, and it's very similar with Pandora Hearts. I love Pandora Hearts. I'm very happy I broke this anime down on the channel. I hope you guys too have found something interesting in my breakdowns each week. Thank you guys for all of your support. I really did have fun with Vanitas. I really did look forward to breaking it down with you guys. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Make sure that you guys are in control of your lives, being good to yourselves. Make sure you are treating yourselves well. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye.